They're supposed to find the amount of money that is invested in a trust fund given these conditions. Uh, half of the money, half of the money in the trust fund is invested in stocks, is in stocks. Okay, 1/4 of the money in the trust fund, 1/4 is in bonds. Let's say bonds, NDS, and then 1/5 of the money is in mutual funds. 1/5 is in mutual funds, MUTUAL funds, and there is another $10,000 which is invested in government certificates. So this is the problem, and now we are supposed to find out what is the value of the trust fund. Okay, what's the value of the trust fund that is being set up? So how do you go about this? Let's think about this. Let's say this is the entire pot of money that we're talking about. Okay, let's assume, for example, that the entire pot of money is this. Okay, now according to the problem, half is in stocks. Let's say that's S. So let's draw this. This is, let's say this entire amount of money is X. Let's say this is X. Okay, that's the entire amount of money, and half of it is in stocks. So this will be half of X equal to the amount of money is in stocks, which is in stocks. Then 1/4 of the total amount of money is given to be in bonds. So let's say this is 1/4. Okay, 1/4 of X is in bonds. Let's say it's B, for example. Okay, and then we're given 1/5 of the amount of money, total amount of money is in like mutual funds. So let's say this is 1/5 of the amount of money. 1/5 of X is in mutual funds, MF. And then there is this amount, which is the $10,000, which is $10,000 in government certificates. Now, given all this, we are supposed to find the value of X here, right here. So what's this X? What is the amount in X? Okay. One way to do it is a pretty simple equation. If you look at it, in order to find the amount of X, X is the total of the amount in stocks, which is this amount here. Okay, that's one piece. Then the other piece is the amount in bonds. Change the color. This piece here. Okay, and the third piece is the color again. This piece here, which is the mutual fund piece, and then the last piece is the $10,000 in government stocks, government certificates, this piece. Okay, so it's the addition of this red color here, the green color, the blue color piece, and then the final red color. So it's an addition of all these four things together. So we can write it as X, which is the total amount, is equal to 1/4 half of X, which is the stocks. This is equal to, let's say, stocks, plus 1/4 of X, which is the amount that is invested in bonds, plus 1/5 of X, which is the amount invested in mutual funds, plus $10,000. So this gives us an equation. Now we probably have to solve this for X. So one way to do it is, let's find out what the common factor is between this 4, 2, and 2, 4, and 5. So the common factor, let's do this, 2, 4, 5. So let's multiply 2 times 1, 2 times 2, and this 5 remains as is. Let's do it again, 1, 1, and 5, and 5. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4, 20. So X is equal to 20. Now 2 goes into 20 10 times, so 10x plus 4 go into 20. 4 into 5 is 20, so that's 5x, plus 5 into 20 is 5. 5 into 4 is 20, so that's 4x, plus this $10,000. Okay, so that's again multiply this by 20 throughout, so that will give you 20x equal to 19x plus 20 into $10,000. So 20x, let's take this on the other side, 19x is equal to $200,000, which gives us 20 minus 19, which is, so that gives us x is equal to $200,000. So that's the amount that's invested in the trust fund. That's the total amount that's invested in the trust fund. Now, how do you know that this answer is correct? One way we can go back and double check the answer again. So we know that x is $200,000. Okay. Now we're given that half of the money is invested in stocks. So half of x is in stocks, which is equal to half of $200,000, which is $100,000. Okay. 1/4 of x is invested in bonds. So that's 1/4 of 200, which is $50,000. And then 1/5 of x is invested in mutual funds, equal to 1/5 into 200,000. That's $40,000. And then the remaining $10,000 is invested in government certificates. So if you add all these three, 4 up, so this 10,000, 100,000, 50,000, and 40,000 plus this 10,000, it should add up to 200,000, which it does. So the amount of money that's invested in the trust fund is about $200,000.